Good morning, neighbors. Good morning, neighbors. 6.5 minutes after the hour for 6 o'clock on this first day of September. Should I sing that song by Earth, Wind, and Fire? Should I? We need the rain, don't we? Okay. It is the first day of September, the last day, of course, of the school holidays. And it's chaos come next week. So let's get straight into our WTs. Let's see what's happening on the highways and the byways. I know most of you, a lot of you all, took today off. Yes, and it's being reflected on our screen here as I watch our traffic. I have nothing to tell you about. Nothing to tell you about. All right, so let's get into the W's. The weather now. It is 25 degrees at Piarco, same at Crown Point and Tobago, and they're saying sunshine will likely be interrupted by a few partly cloudy intervals with scattered showers. There's a medium 40 to 60% chance of isolated thunderstorm activity. This evening will be generally fair. All right. Maximum forecast temperature for Piarco and Crown Point today will be 32 degrees Celsius. All right. And of course, checking weather in some parts where people listen to us. Let's start out in Toronto. You're 13 and clear. Miami, 26 with some cloud. Orlando, same at 25. New York, 16 and clear. Atlanta, partly cloudy and 22. London, 19 and rain. Tampa, 26. Washington, 16 and clear. All right, so that's some temps. Of course, there we go. So let's see. Check out this new system here. All right, so we got a new thing. Paul was busy yesterday. Ewart, Ratch Paul, good morning to you. Good morning to you, Pablo.
Morning, Steve. Morning. I think Wendell is there. So good morning, everyone. Happy September to you. Welcome to September.
Yeah. I was going to sing. Should I sing? September.
Well, you can, but I mean, I don't know if we need to hear that. But, Morning, Wendell.
Hi, morning, Steve. Morning, Paul. Morning, Richard. Good morning, listeners and viewers. As we stream on, what is this? Something new? Restream. Okay. I guess they won't know the difference. They won't see the difference, eh?
Paul was busy yesterday.
All right.
He was busy.
Yeah. So it's September 1st. We're here. We're happy to be in the land of the living. Yesterday, of course, was our 61st anniversary of independence, and I spent it the way we normally spend Independence Day. Barbecuing for friends and family.
Okay.
No, we weren't invited.
Hello. We go through this every year, Steve Can. I don't invite people. People come. It's an open invitation because it's every year we've been doing this for a long, long time.
Or we forget.
Well, say you forget, but it's
just
an
open barbecue this weekend, barbecue Thursday, that's all.
We do it every Independence. The only time we didn't do it was during COVID. What, 2 years, I think? 2 or 3 years? Oh. It was also the anniversary of the death of our former colleague, Akil Durham, who passed away 2 years.
Shocking 7 years ago.
Yeah, young man. On Independence Day. So that was Independence Day. We didn't have a parade. Yeah. So, but we're here. Happy birthday to those who celebrating birthdays today. I'll probably
barbecue chicken, pork, beef, fish, what?
Everything. All those things you call there.
Goatee?
Oh no, I didn't do any wild meat. But we do everything.
You got the wild meat for yourself.
It's a tradition that my eldest sister had started with us, she and her husband, and we've not stopped it. She passed away.
Family traditions bring you so much joy. It may seem like you take it for granted, but those family traditions.
Yeah.
I was at Christmas Day, New Year's Day, and my mother's birthday.
Okay.
Which are all around the same time, because my mother's birthday is the 16th of January. So
okay.
I did have the families meet up. After that, don't come around.
Now, when we meet as a family every Friday and every public holiday. What is this? Yeah, every
So what's
Friday.
happening in the Republic?
Yeah. Well,
The Independence Parade was really beautiful yesterday. Really, we had brilliant sunshine, really nice weather. President Kangaloo made her first inspection of the armed forces as commander-in-chief. I saw, of course, the Prime Minister, Chief Justice, several ministers, all kinds of people. I mean, and the children lined the streets and in such awe of the military hardware and the marching and the bands and stuff like that. So it seemed to have gone, from what I saw on television, it seemed to have gone very, very well.
Yeah, I looked at the entire thing on television too, and it looked very impressive, especially the part with the dogs and the horses. They did a special display with the dogs and a special display with the horses. You know, but it really looked good. The assets look good too, and in terms of the vehicles and so on. You know?
Do you know in the US, and I didn't know this, the dogs, depending on their years of service, are ranked?
Yeah.
Dogs, yeah.
I
Yeah,
captain
they are
dogs and admiral dogs and things. Because of their contribution and how many years they serve.
Right.
So they would say Admiral Goofy or something like that. Didn't know that. Didn't know that. So we enter our 62nd year of independence. Let's see what that brings. And I hope the question this morning, and I know Wendell, I'm going to start Wendell this morning with this. The question could be about the Prime Minister's statements about parking meters in Port of Spain.
Oh, please.
And if people would approve of parking meters in Port of Spain. The parking meters in almost every major metropolis. You understand?
Yes.
So you pay to park as a privilege to park. As a matter of fact, some cities, the closer you go to the city center, you have tolls to pay.
Yep.
Right? So the city center is quite expensive to drive into because they kind of, I don't want to say they discourage, but they encourage using mass transit.
Yes.
To get into city center. So if you want to drive in, you can drive in, but you have to pay tolls, and the tolls become increasingly increased as you get closer to the city center.
Yeah.
London
in London they call it a congestion charge.
Yeah.
That's what they call it, a congestion charge.
Congestion charge, So and of course, if you want to park in any of those city streets that allow parking, you have to park next to a parking meter, and you have to pay the fiddler.
And car parks, let's say downtown Manhattan, expensive.
Here what the difference is. The pavements are smooth and flat. The road is well maintained. The bus terminus, the shelters are clean, there are no vagrants. You understand? So you're already paying to use the city, not only to park.
Yeah.
Okay, no vagrant then pulling on the pavements when you come out your car and you put in the coin. Or you tap your card, because some of them have tap cards. The ones I saw in Halifax had tap cards. You could use your credit card and tap and pay. You could also use your credit card and tap for Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
In some areas. For 5 minutes of Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Right? So while they pay to go into the centers, where again if you're paying Port of Spain?
Well, you know,
and your car safe. Nobody breaking in your car.
Yeah, the issue of parking in the city and parking meters has always been a sore point, right? At one point in time, remember, because of the congestion in the city, they tried wrecking. 2010, Louis Leasing is who introduced the wrecking in the city, right? From 2010 to 20, when he was there. And it continued after him for a little while until we as a council took a decision to stop it because it was being abused. They were abusing people, right? And hustling. You understand? Wrecking became a hustle. And we took a decision that we will stop it. However,
yes, it became a hustle because my understanding is that there was a split between the police and the wrecking company.
Yeah.
So they used to be riding around like Kobo a police car with a record company, and it had money passing otherwise.
Yeah.
Well, we heard all manner of things. We heard all manner of things, you know. But so we decided we're going to stop it because I myself witnessed people being hustled and abused by wreckers
And mashing up people's car.
Yep.
Not even taking care of people's vehicle.
Nope.
Yeah.
How many times we've seen a couple of times the cars being wrecked. Once the person is there, they're supposed to release the vehicle. We've seen videos where the people on top of the wrecker, on top of the car, while the car is being towed.
Yes. It became quite a Wild West.
Yes.
So we back now to the Prime Minister saying, and listen, let me start reading the article for you all. It says the idea of introducing parking meters in Port of Spain has been spoken about for years, but has not materialized. It is because of this the Prime Minister told members of the newly elected council if they don't achieve this by the end of their term, he would consider them as having failed. Now, Dr. Rowley, I want to tell you something, yeah? I've been a member of City Council for 21 years, 20 and a half years. And I don't know that the City Council didn't try. You understand? So to tell a new council that if they end the term and they get it sorted out, they would have failed. Because central government is who said that they would deal with it. The Ministry of Works and Transport said they would be the one who would install the parking meters. It was taken away.
I don't know, you're right. I don't know that a council could actually have the financial capital to buy and install and maintain those parking.
Yeah. Ministry of Works said they took it away from the council, from the corporation, and said they would do it. So I don't. Maybe in a way you're telling the Ministry of Works and Transport now, leave the council, let them handle it. You understand? Because it's a revenue generation, a revenue generator that would help a lot. Because there are several places people park now that you really could use it as revenue generation. You understand? So I hope my mouth drop open. They telling me.
Well, they were two things. One, they would be revenue generation, and two, people would not be parking indiscriminately as they do now. Because if you park in front of the thing, I don't know if it's a wrecking system or a ticket system that they put on your windscreen. That they affix to your windscreen and you have to pay and you can get the merit points, etc. You understand?
Yeah. But we also got legal notice. Maybe I don't know that way of what it is. Maybe we also got notice recently that wrecking, that we were doing it illegally, the city council was doing it illegally, and it is a function of central police. And we don't have the authority to wreck. We also got a legal opinion saying so, you know. You understand? The police do what they want in this place. And a classical example of that is what they're doing on them streets in St. James. Because, not St. James, sorry, in Port of Spain. Around every police station, they're doing what they want. They're making it their own parking zones. You understand? For the officers. So much so that I suffered from that, going to the swearing in on Friday. No swearing in. What that is? Friday. So the swearing in was Wednesday, where there was massive traffic heading into Port of Spain.
Oh gosh, there was traffic.
Yeah, why was there so much traffic in Port of Spain?
Because they closed off in front of City Hall. They closed off.
Friday was bad.
That little section in front of City Hall, they closed up, that creates so much traffic.
Yes.
I can believe that, you know, because I remember one time when they was patching on Park Street, just between St. Vincent and Abercrombie. It was chaos.
All right. So
I was wondering why there was all that traffic in Port of Spain.
I'll get back and read what Dan they say thing. But on Wednesday, I'm heading down St. Vincent Street. And I had to go to the left lane so that I could turn left on, what would that be? Hart Street. That Hart Street extension in front of city. What's that? Police. The police there.
Yeah.
Central police, right. And all of a sudden, the driver in front of me stopped. Well, he was at a standstill, and the front seat passenger opened the front door on me.
Yeah, they're always doing that foolishness.
A woman
When I
decided
said stop, I actually stopped because I know somebody going to open the door.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I couldn't stop because it was too late.
So you hit the car?
The door bent right back. My
dear.
my vehicle didn't really get anything, but his door was damaged.
Yeah, and then they want to blame you when he should tell the passenger, hey, wait.
But he was kind of speechless because I'm sure he realized his passenger was wrong. But a young police officer come outside to tell me I wrong, how St. Vincent Street is one lane and it's two lanes are parking. I said, ma'am, which ordinance you see that in? I say, I'm sure you're wrong, you know. I say, as a matter of fact, all these police vehicles parked up here in front of the Red House and station. All of them breaking the law. All of them. You understand? But of course she didn't say nothing. What she could tell me?
No, she can't say nothing because you're right. You're right.
And then, as I'm telling you, police don't know how to back off, you know. Well, yeah, you had to come in and make a report. I say, okay. Well, I went yesterday because I had to go to Woodford Square to park and get to the swearing. So I went there yesterday. And yesterday I met another officer who agreed with me. He said, well, I said, let the insurance deal with that, you know. Me arguing who right or wrong, you know. You understand? It's an insurance issue, let them deal with it. End of story. But I don't know. There are plenty of police officers don't know the law, eh?
No, they don't.
They don't know the law.
They don't.
Plenty, you know? So, okay. Adande is saying Ministry of Works and Transport did a study and handed it over to the Ministry of Local Government over 2 years now. The study was completed and handed over, and it's out of the Ministry of Works. But Adande, we're not far off from what we say, you know. The fact that it was handed over to the Ministry of Local Government, you know how that ministry is operate. Both you and I know. But I'm telling you, we were told in City Council, Port of Spain Council, that it is out of our hands. You understand?
Left hand don't know what right hand doing, right foot don't know what left hand doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Left shoulder don't know what left knee doing.
I wouldn't doubt that the Ministry of Local Government has some sort of study, but we were told that it's out of our hands in Port of Spain Council.
But based on what you just said there, why then would the Prime Minister make a statement putting the responsibility now seemingly on the new corporation?
I don't know. He do that last swearing in. He did that concerning homelessness. And then next thing you know, the Ministry of Social Development spearheading the thing. So
because the Ministry has to spearhead. Remember what we said? Port of Spain cannot be upgraded unless central government, the cabinet, gets involved.
Exactly.
Because the task is so monumental. There's so many issues to fix.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A lot of issues.
There's the flooding issue in South Key and some other areas. There's the homelessness issue.
Yeah.
There is the general overstructure issue. Infrastructure, issue. There's the security issue. You know?
So imagine you telling a young mayor and new council that they would have failed if they don't implement parking meters in their term, right? And guess what? The council will make a decision to pursue it. It will go to the administration, drag its feet. It will go to the Ministry of Local Government. Well, drag. Who are to ask Ministry of Finance for money? Well, listen, stop wasting the time, Prime Minister. So that was such an unfair statement to the country.
Record that, we have that, right?
No, that was a very unfair statement.
But you know,
to make at a swearing-in ceremony to a new council. It was a very
Ministry of Local Government. I find Minister Wari has been very quiet for the last few months.
Why would you say that? He just opened a whole car park in San Fernando. You could say that.
Oh yeah, that's true. $143 million.
He had been heavy on the campaign trail for local government elections. So you could say that.
Oh, yeah. I didn't hear anything about him.
Again, you're making statements that cannot be substantiated.
As soon as he made his speech at the swearing-in, he left. I looked at that. I said, "But the Prime Minister is up next to talk." And as maybe he went to another swearing in. Maybe that's what it
You
is.
don't
Because there
know
were several
what the
swearing
man's
ins.
schedule is?
There were several swearing ins that day.
You don't know what the man's schedule is,
That
partner?
was him. Maybe he left to go to another swearing in. I know other people left to go swearing in too, including the Prime Minister, but they stayed to the end.
Yeah, it's not 7 corporations PNM has that they have to be, not all, but I mean some significant ones. I'd imagine he'd be in the Diego Martin and Port of Spain swearing ins.
Diego Martin was the morning of that same day, but I believe Tunapuna and San Fernando were after, because I spoke to people who left after it finished, and they said they were heading to Tunapuna and San Fernando. So he left immediately.
The horses put on quite a display yesterday, and the horse that he finally worked too hard. So he decided he ran the trip out of Spain yesterday.
No, it's the fireworks that caused it. You hear it in the background?
So this horse.
We're not seeing the video.
We're not seeing the video.
You ain't seen that video?
Hearing the video.
No.
Okay.
That's fireworks, which pisses me off every year. Right next to the zoo.
Okay, I'll have to read and come again with that video.
Yeah. It was a horse that left these stables on Long Circular Road. He returned safely. But it comes back to the same argument we keep having annually regarding the fireworks at the Queen's Park Savannah. Next to the zoo. Look at the horse running. I saw messages
where would that horse have come from, though?
Long Circular Road.
Wow. All the way
No, we heard the audio. We heard the audio from Paul. And in the video, he went back to the stables there. That's Long Circular Road, and that person's filming, and you hear the fireworks. We don't care. We don't care.
Oh, see. Last time it was what? Kangaroos that got disturbed from the fireworks? And one died.
All animals in the zoo would get disturbed, all the birds.
Mm. But the fireworks was very short yesterday. 15, 20 minutes, if so long.
It's usually about that time.
Mm.
You know, but nobody cares about the animals, you can tell.
Well, I don't know how they're supposed to fix that, because we've had fireworks for years.
Unless you ban fireworks outright.
Yeah, and that ain't happening.
And that ain't happening. Because if you think it's the fireworks, think about the 21 gun salute on Independence morning and all. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a military operation, they're going to be disturbed by that too. I mean, we could manage it to reduce it, but if we can't eliminate it.
And they have to find a way. The horses, because the police horses, the horses that they use in the savannah are very well trained. Sometimes you see them get agitated, but they are prepared for those noises. But maybe they didn't secure a horse properly, because I can't imagine a horse.
Or maybe they didn't secure a horse properly also.
Yeah.
That too.
Because me know how that horse get out and be able to run down the road.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something, that's a dangerous thing, because if that animal run into you or your car,
you can see
you have some problems. That animal is very big and very heavy.
Yep.
And try dealing with it.
And you will get damaged, and you could get very badly damaged too.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you all see, going a bit international, the new video of Mitch McConnell freezing again?
Yeah. He's fit to do his duties.
European leader Mitch McConnell, again, for the second time in 2 months, was in the middle of a Q&A, and somebody asked him if he was going up for re-election, and he got confused again. He froze and looked into space, bewildered, and he's been cleared now by the Capitol Hill doctor. But somebody likened it to almost elder abuse, because he clearly has something wrong.
Yeah, something is wrong.
and they could claim how much they want to do his job. I think he goes till next year. Yeah, and when the 118th Congress ends. But I mean, it looks really sad when you see it happening, because it looks like if he's going through some sort of neurological episode where he just doesn't know where he is or what to just ask him, or to somebody have to come and say, give us a minute while this is all happening live on television.
Okay,
And
I didn't see it.
he just looks, and this is his second time in 2 months.
Oh.
And now he's been cleared again by the doctor. And, you know, sometimes you have to ask yourself, some people just they don't know when to stop also.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that thing called dementia is a how I could put it. It's a disease or a condition that a lot of people aren't prepared for, you know. And families.
But in that, so you're in front of a press conference and you don't know where you seem lost and confused.
Yeah.
What happens on the floor when you're voting?
Well, as I say, a lot of people.
You know what you're voting all the time? You understand?
Yeah. A lot of people aren't prepared for it with their family. They aren't prepared for it with themselves. It's a difficult thing for people to accept that they are.
You just have to know when it's time to say, okay, I've had a long run. I've made a significant contribution. It's time to just go home and rest.
Yeah. You know, I subscribe to that, right? I as I said, all political careers end in failure unless they are cut off at a happy juncture, because that is innate in midstreaming at a happy juncture, because that's the nature of human affairs.
It depends on how you define failure and success. If you think being voted out is failure, well then yes. If you think a term ending is failure, well yes. If you think you've made a significant contribution, you're ready to leave at the end of a term, how is that failure?
Well, that's the part of it you're not listening. You're not hearing the part unless cut off at a happy juncture.
Well, it might be cut off. It might be you decide to stop. It might cut off means somebody cut it off.
You are cutting it off. You are cutting it off.
So, well, then I don't know how that is, you know.
Well,
everybody who enters public office knows there's a time limit.
Paul, it won't be a failure if you cut it off at a happy juncture. It won't have failed.
Well, it depends on how you define failure and success.
Well,
if the objective, which is the objective of some people, to stay there forever, I guess you're right. They would have failed not to continue.
Yeah,
or some people just don't know when to quit, even in local circumstances. Some people just don't know when to stop.
We have plenty politicians like that right now.
Yeah.
Plenty.
They don't know when to stop. They don't know about succession planning. They don't know at some point everybody who accepts public office, whether elected or selected, is going to end one day.
Yep.
If you ain't set up from the time you put your hand up and you swear on whatever you want to swear on, you have to know about time limit, the clock ticking. And the fact that once you understand that, you do what you can do when you're there. And then you move on to something else. But you're right. Not everybody has that. They feel they want to be there forever.
Somebody is saying Mitch has a hearing problem ever since his concussion. His aide is there to repeat questions for him. But why would you go through that? Why would you? Let's call it a day.
That didn't, the first one, nor this one, I'm not a medical doctor, didn't seem to be only a hearing issue. It may have involved a hearing issue also. But the concussion may have lasting effects also. So that is not hearing alone, because the first one particularly, he looked very confused. He didn't seem, because I mean, you're hearing and your car, so the aide repeats the question and you're still confused. You understand? That's not a hearing issue from what I could see. But he's been cleared to continue. I guess they will drag it on until next year, and then.
How old is he?
81.
Oh, well, yeah. He will be going through those stages. For sure. Yeah.
81.
Hmm.
But Republicans have a tendency to stretch it out.
Hmm.
How old is Biden?
He's 82, not so?
Yeah.
Hmm.
All of them Lamrit, you mayor.
Which mayor?
Arima.
He swear, now the owner of, there was a swearing, well, the swearing on Wednesday too. Dr. Kongchik Achonglao went up to be sworn, right? I think he's probably 80 also, if not older. He has to be close in that age grade.
Where is he going to? What
He's an alderman in the city.
Okay.
But he read the oath and said, I, Dr. Achonglao. I said, but that is not the man's name. Your first name is not Doctor. Why didn't they correct him? And he said it twice. They should have corrected him because your first name is not Doctor. That is like you saying, I, Dr. Richards. You understand?
Well, it's a convention thing, but yes, I think you're right. Generally, you say your name.
You have to say your name because your name is on the paper.
Because people don't say I, Mr. Wendell Stephen, or I, and the prefix is that. Is that the doctor, Mr. whatever? So you say I, whatever it is.
Yeah. Because even on the program, he wasn't named as doctor. He was named Mr., which I thought was a mistake. They should have put the man proper handle. He is a doctor, a medical doctor at that. So
those things are always rife with mistakes. I remember when Dr. Rowley first became prime minister in 2015, and I was at the Red House, and one of the officials handed me the program and the order of swearing in. And I saw it and I said, okay. And they had the Attorney General first and then the Prime Minister. I said, this is wrong, you know.
Yeah.
That
actually happened.
I said, this is wrong. He told me, you don't know what you're talking about. It right. I said, okay. I said, you can have a Attorney General without a Prime Minister?
Yeah.
He watched me.
That was a mistake they made that
year.
They went
ahead and do it like that. And then I said I was wrong. Because I had to go back in the back and do it in the right order.
Yes.
I said common sense. I said common sense.
Yeah.
Prime Minister, Attorney General, Ital.
Anybody else after.
You don't need nobody else, as a matter of fact.
Right.
At that point.
Yes. You're absolutely right. I remember when that mistake
after the ceremony, I looked at him, he was passing. I said, well, you fixed it yet? He smiled. I said, common sense. Yeah. You can't have an Attorney General without a Prime Minister. I said, go and read your constitution.
Yeah.
The person whose party attracts the larger number of seats will be named Prime Minister. And he shall name his cabinet. And that's so?
Yes.
I'll just get both there. All right.
All I said was good morning.
It's the tone. Let's have a tone.
That's all I said.
He just typed with a tone.
Yes, feel it. Morning, Ragabasing.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, listeners, wherever you are. It's the weekend, so we should be in a good mood. It's Friday. You know, we came from a holiday yesterday. It's always good to come from a holiday on a Thursday straight into Friday because it's like you're going straight into holidays again.
And next holiday.
Except it's just the weekend. But, you know, it's the weekend, so put a smile on your face. You should be in a good mood. And, of course, theater is on this weekend. Tomorrow night, it's the final performance of What You're Looking at Me So For at Naparima Bowl in San Fernando. We have not been to the bowl for the entire year, so we are so excited to go to Naparima Bowl. It's one of our favorite theaters. So we at the bowl tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. One show only, San Fernando. All of you in South and Central Trinidad. One show only. You should not miss it. And of course, tickets are available at the box office from 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily, and K Squared Fashion, C3 and Gulf City, as well as Friends of Marabella by the Roundabout, and of course, Brentwood Mall creme fraiche at Brentwood Mall. Got that out of the way.
Steve, you do know that when you stand indiscriminately, we see the full effect of your Adonis physique. You know that, right?
Oh yeah, body by doubles. Yeah. People like.
You know that we are regaled with that visual that cannot leave our mind for weeks sometimes.
I was just changing the calendar to September.
Right, we have no problem with that, but you know,
Checking to see
sometimes
when his
you cannot be
next
camera now because sometimes the shit reveals the six pack and we're not ready for it.
I have a 6-pack. It's just in the garage.
Right?
It's just with Jalita bottles.
You want to see it again? I can
It's
show
just
you again.
combined into one.
Hold on. Watch it again.
Jalita bottles. 6 packs of Jalita.
I like the fact that you have pride in it. I'll give you that much. No one, you are indomitable. They cannot stop your belief in your delusion, and that's great. Do you have newspapers, Ragabasing?
Unfortunately, no, I didn't get them this morning.
Okay. Let's go. And my suggestion for the question this morning, unless somebody has a better suggestion, do you agree with the Prime Minister that parking meters should be installed in Port of Spain?
Yeah, should be a priority for the new council.
Well, it should be installed. I know about the priority for the new
council.
council.
A little deja vu.
He said make it a priority, you know, and they would have failed if they don't get it done.
I'm getting deja vu.
He went all there, you know.
Let's start with the Express. It's Friday, the 1st of September, 2023.
Oh, God.
We didn't talk about Mrs. Howard Christopher's report.
There's so much wrong with Port of Spain. I'm not saying parking meters aren't important, but there's so much wrong with Port of Spain that if you don't accomplish, it's more of a failure.
It's by everything else that wrong with Port of Spain. All your benchmark for success is parking meters. Don't worry about the vagrants. Everybody potholes.
No, he addressed that. He addressed the issue of the homelessness too with the center that's being built. He also addressed
and don't worry about the potholes. Don't worry about the aesthetics. Make sure you have parking meters. Let's go with the Express. Second, Peters Avenue man slain. A 20-year-old man was shot dead in Waterfield. The deceased is Abel Roberts of Peters Avenue.
Is that the drug fine up in that area? The drugs at Worcestershire is the same area they're talking about?
Waterfield, no.
Oh, no, there's Waterfield. Okay.
Ganja, over 1 million found in apartment. TTPS will not be intimidated. Of course, we got the sight of Mrs. Hare Christopher yesterday. Hadn't seen her public for a while. A very, very dangerous challenge. This is how Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley described the discovery that assault rifles using 3D printing technology were being manufactured in this country. Another portion of Ho Choi extension to open. Ghost guns busted. Survivor victims' families angry over delay in Parry report. And electricity usage spikes as heat soars. August among deadliest months for RTAs in 2023. That's road traffic accidents. And woman charges murder of New York man. So those are Express trending stories this morning. Let's go to the Guardian. PMC's light at the end of tunnel and crime fight. More resignations in the UNC. Marsha wades into Kamala. PMC's light at the end of tunnel and crime fight. Monilal reveals more on Young's gun gift to TPS. Hot sun, large turnout for Independence Day parade. Isn't Sharon Rowley always immaculately dressed?
She is.
Yes. Always. Never misses.
She always looks great.
Never misses. Criminologists fear murder count could surpass 600 again. It's almost like you're waiting to see how she'll carry it. I mean, astounding. Kamala now leaving as the UNC leader feels sorry for Marsha Walker. Tobagoans not happy with parade layout, but still patriotic. I have to talk about something, but after 7 o'clock. Let's move to the news day. COP boast on Independence Day a reduction. Chief Secretary Tobago and Trinidad moving fast. Waterfield man shot dead in Arima. President Kangaloo, time to celebrate Trinidad and Tobago. New Point Fortin Mayor shares tourism and sporting plans. Cop boast on Independence Day murder rate same as last year's. I said something to boast about?
Didn't she say there was a reduction in murders?
She said it's the same. I think it's a one murder difference. In any case, is the paper says she's celebrating? I don't know that she's celebrating. She gave a report, trying to be balanced. You understand?
Yeah.
The papers have that caption. I don't know that she was celebrating is the same.
Yeah.
She said it's on a downward trend. So the papers may be misquoting the commissioner in some kind of way, but in the paraphrase. TNTech records highest electricity demand again. New mayor, government must show respect for Superior. PM praise for San Fernando development. And Port of Spain, new Port of Spain Mayor 38, youth can lead Trinidad and Tobago. So those are trending stories in your Express, your Guardian, and your Newsday.
And there's one breaking news item. Today is Mrs. R's birthday. So happy birthday to you, Mrs. R.
She's still counting that.
Happy birthday. She don't call herself Mrs. R anymore, eh?
No, she doesn't.
She has a new letter. It's close to R, right? Just before R. But that's what she uses now, eh?
Okay, go ahead.
I just telling you like it is.
Happy birthday to you, Christy. Have a great day. All right, let's say hello to a few people this morning. Ray out in West Palm Beach, Florida. Good morning. Doreen DP, morning. Arno, good morning. Mo Gaines out in Aruca, good morning. Mike Black, good morning to you. H.S. Wilson. Miss Ingrid out in Tucson, Arizona. Good morning. All right. Let's get the results of our morning poll from Wednesday. Wednesday, we asked you, let me just pull up this thing here, right? Do you think Trinidad and Tobago is progressing as we celebrate our 61st anniversary of independence? That was our poll on Wednesday. Give you the results after this. Our 61st anniversary of independence. You made his dreams come true. That was our poll.
Send and receive money this school year with MoneyGram to fulfill their dreams for their education. You can win weekly supermarket vouchers valued at $500 every time you send or receive with MoneyGram. With locations nationwide, send or receive money from any Massey Finance Remittances Service Limited, Massey Stores location, or MoneyGram agent. Check our Facebook and Instagram pages for details. This promotion has been approved by the NLCB.
All right. Do you think Trinidad and Tobago is progressing as we celebrate our 61st anniversary of independence? The final results are in. 77%, 77 said no. All right.
Okay. Morning, Adandi. Adandi, I just sent you some messages. Send me yours.
Alistair Hart, good morning. He says, Alistair said, today is my daughter's birthday. Happy 20th birthday, Jada Hart. So, Jada, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Jada.
Have a great day. All right, let's get into this morning's poll.
What was the one you suggested, Paul?
Do you like Steve's six-pack? That's our poll.
We'll save that poll for tomorrow. I think he was talking about the parking meter poll.
Yeah, he put it up actually, you know. He put it up.
Get right there.
Or do you agree with the Prime
Minister that parking meters should be a priority for the new Port of Spain Corporation? That's our poll.
Yeah, you should say new Port of Spain Council, though, not corporation.
Okay, new Port of Spain Council.
Yeah.
All right, 222-8255. North Americans, toll-free 866. 525-1099. Of course, you can message us on YouTube. All right. Do you agree with the PM that parking meters should be priority for the new Port of Spain Council?
Why are parking meters so important, Wendell? In comparison to what takes place now, which is basically free parking.
All right. Good morning, Gloria Gray.
I subscribe.
Ingrid says yes to the poll. H.S. Wilson says yes to the poll. All right. 222-8255. North Americans, 866-525-1099. Darren Thompson says no. do you agree with the Prime Minister that parking meters should be a priority for the new?
I'm just trying to understand why it is so important.
No idea.
I think it is,
I'm
to be
saying
quite
why.
honest. But
why?
As I say, councils in the past have been stymied when they made moves to do it. So let's hope that doesn't happen this time.
No, but why is it so important? That's what my question.
I don't.
What's the benefit to Port of Spain in having parking meters? What's the benefit to the Burgesses and people who visit Port of Spain for parking meters? What's the benefit?
It'll put more order in. Richard, the place is disorderly in terms of parking and so on. It's disorderly. You know, people abuse the fact that no wrecking take.
No, but I understand Richard's question. It is not important. Why is it a priority?
Well, I can't answer that. The Prime Minister.
That's the question. All year. For park meter, reduce traffic. In some ways, reduce indiscriminate parking, generate some revenue. But why should it be a priority? Why not something else?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You have to ask the Prime Minister. You can't ask me. You can't ask anybody.
I have a video I want to share from National. Put it up after the news where he is talking about golfing as an exercise. And he's glad that at his age he can get up and be on the golf course to get exercise as opposed to being in a rum shop.
All right, Diego Martin, thank you so much. He says no.
This man, it's too much, yes. And the fake reshuffle advice that's going around. Oh gosh, media. If there's going to be a reshuffle involving anyone who is not an elected member, there are some things that have to happen. One, it will come on an office of the Prime Minister letterhead. One, it will come with a blank sheet with some typing on it. Two, it will come with a legal issue that says the president has been advised to revoke an appointment, because if somebody is not elected, they have to come through the Senate to revoke somebody and appoint somebody. So when you see these propaganda nonsense, just ignore them now.
You know, I didn't see it, right? But yesterday, Maxine and Nicole came to line with us, as they do from time to time, because they came straight from Napa and they came there and they are telling me, and because apparently there was talk about a new minister of health, and it was Maxine's sister-in-law, and Maxine saying, I don't know where these things are just coming from now. I say, my God.
But that is shuffle talk going on about 3 weeks now,
Huh?
That is shuffle talk going around about 3 weeks now.
Well, he need to reshuffle, but he need to shuffle out, not reshuffle that pack.
We need to shuffle out.
Huh?
We need to shuffle out.
You ain't catching me with that one. You ain't catching me with
that one. Again.
I could speak to one person, and we've openly critiqued him here on this program.
Who is that?
Openly. He's a senator. He used to be an MP. He is now a senator. He is not effective. That's the only person all of us have openly spoken about him.
Scanning.
I'm surprised you didn't get that right away.
Yeah, you have to send that message. You'll have to send that message in the group.
He was an MP. He is now a senator and minister.
An MP, north or south?
He was some south. He's famous for Stupson.
Wait, that two people Stupson now, but one not from north.
He was famous. He was famous for Stupson.
You think so? It ain't worse than him?
Well, we get more Stupsons then, but he was the one. He was the start. He was
You find he is the worst out of a lot in terms of non-performance?
Yes.
I don't know that he's the worst.
I don't know that he's the worst. I could call four that right now. I just wonder if people remember the name.
Well, we also speak about another one who went through COVID and not one day barely hear him. We spoke about him too.
But
He's
well,
also
The question this morning is: do you agree with the Prime Minister that parking meters should be a priority for the new Port of Spain Corporation / Council?
Yeah,
We'll do
Brenda
that
Yes
reshuffle
or no?
question next week.
Brenda Willis says parking meters bring in monies for the city. They generate a lot of wealth for councils in England. Arno says business is booming in our real estate-stricken capital here, right?
And I don't know that they suggested or erroneously appointed fake news of Minister of Health ready for prime time.
Slick Money Grip says yes.
Not ready for prime time. Trust me. We'll look good.
Andy, Piggy Lou says
We'll look gorgeous.
Richard, are you writing?
Mogeen says yes.
Paul is distracting me. I can't keep
yeah,
up.
I am right, and yeah, I am.
We'll look stunning. Beautiful. But I am not ready for prime time.
That's probably Maxine's opinion too.
Okay? I ain't not ready for prime time. And that is prime time.
That's prime time, yes.
That's prime time.
Yeah.
They could do at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They're ready for 7 o'clock news yet. But prime time is pressure. Let me tell you. Watch me. Here and anyway.
I honestly believe Terence Yalsing has done a very good job in Ministry of Health. Eh?
I don't know why they targeted him. I know others who should be anyway.
Yeah, no, Terence Yalsing has done
It have three that the public know really need to get some move down the ladder in particular.
Yeah. How about, well, I think more than
three in critical positions. I'm talking about there are plenty that's supporting. There are 5 critical ministries to me. 5. Critical. You understand? And the office of the Prime Minister, of course. It have finance, national security, education, and health.
Those are the 5.
Yeah. Critical. You could add works and transport after that.
And all them, that entire 6, add works and transport. And maybe public utilities with that stretch.
And maybe public utilities down the line, yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody else also run.
None of them moving.
Well,
I know for sure Minister of Finance is not moving.
He is not moving. He not even.
That is the most secure position.
Ish out in Malik says yes. Mogeen says
everybody else after them 6 ministries also run.
Yeah, but none of them moving. I don't see any reshuffle taking place there.
None may be moving. Do you think any should be moving?
All right, unless they want to move. Let's put it this way. You know, people just want to move, right?
Maybe a matter of want to move, a matter if you're performing or not.
Do you agree with the Prime Minister that parking meters should be a priority for the new Port of Spain Council? Yes or no?
Then you have trade and industry, then you have housing, then you have planning, and it all.
You have labor.
Down the road. Well,
you have culture and tourism.
That's down the line.
Trade and industry.
Sport, down the line.
Sport and youth affairs.
Not having a significant direct impact on daily lives in the way that the others are.
Yeah.
Not saying they're not important. I say they're not having a direct effect in the way the others are.
Yeah. You have digitalization.
Also ran. Public administration also ran. Social and family services also ran. Agriculture almost last. Local government rural development almost last.
Sometimes you just forget that ministries even exist.
And I see them, so I know what they look like. I don't know the general public know what some of them look like.
and I know them, and I'm pretty friendly with everybody.
Foreign affairs, foreign and CARICOM affairs also run.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. As we head up to our major news, Ween B says yes.
I was
Yeah,
just looking at
communication, Paul.
Communication.
I was looking at the statistics because one of one of our messages said how councils in England make a lot of money from parking. And on average, they make roughly, on average, each council made about £2.6 million from parking in the last financial year.
That's great. As we said before,
Yeah.
the parallel to that is that when you pay to park, you're also paying to use the city. And you ain't driving out of a pothole into a parking spot.
Mm.
Yeah. You understand?
I don't
You
know.
ain't walking onto the pavement to pay for the parking meter, and a vagrant almost lick you down.
Mm.
All right, gentlemen, let's get into our news, our major news. Evie is in.
This is your news bulletin from Power 102 Digital.
Prime Minister assures all arms of the protective services can expect the fullest support of the National Security Council. Commissioner of Police Earl Christopher Harewood says there's proof of a decline in murders in Trinidad and Tobago. Meanwhile, a makeshift factory in central Trinidad is making assault rifles using a 3D printing technology has been busted by police. And internationally, America's judicial system accelerates its efforts to punish the ex-president in the U.S. Details in a moment. This is news to 7 o'clock on Power 102 Digital. I'm Avril Central Bab. Good morning. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley says all arms of the protective services can expect the fullest support of the National Security Council in arresting crime. Dr. Rowley said, as chairman of the National Security Council, whatever the level of criminal conduct is in Trinidad and Tobago, the one thing that persons can rest assured is that the government will make available to the police service all reasonable resources, and they expect that they will use these tools in the fight against criminals. Dr. Rowley made the remarks during his address at the Commission of Police Independence Day toast to the nation at the Police Administration Building, Sackville Street, Port of Spain on Thursday. Prime Minister Rowley said that he was pleased to hear reports of crime-fighting successes. The Prime Minister said the job of crime fighting has become increasingly difficult given the types of new technology available. Dr. Rowley also referenced the latest local government elections, which once again saw a 7-7 tie between the People's National Movement and the United National Congress. He said within recent times, our nation has experienced some ups and downs, particularly the menace of increasing levels of crime, drugs, and violence alongside the personal. Dr. Rowley said the result may be offering some interesting insights into the mindset of some citizens and probably the mood of our republic. According to the Prime Minister, it is time to move on to the promised legislated reforms which propose to devolve significant aspects of central government authority to municipal bodies, creating, in effect, greater citizen participation in our cherished democratic process. Commissioner of Police Earl Christopher Harewood says that there is proof of the decline in murders in Trinidad and Tobago. She says that several crime-fighting initiatives were yielding benefits. She gave the assurance in the Independence Day toast to the nation at the Police Administration Building, Sackville Street, Port of Spain, on Thursday. The head of the police service said there was evidence pointing to figures obtained from 4 of the 10 police divisions. She also reported on 11% drop in serious crimes and a decrease in woundings and shootings by 67%. Meanwhile, a makeshift factory in central Trinidad making assault rifles using 3D technology has been busted by police. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service made the disclosure in a media release yesterday following the disclosure by Haywood Christopher. Haywood Christopher said while 467 illegal guns and 15,482 rounds of ammunition had been seized for the year, yesterday's discovery was chilling, and as soon as the information was received, a decision was made to shut it down immediately. A man and his wife are currently in police custody after intelligence-led search conducted at their Debe home on Thursday resulted in the discovery of over $1 million and a quantity of marijuana. Around 12:15 a.m. on Wednesday, 30th August, officers received pertinent information and proceeded to the home of a market vendor and his common-law wife located at SS Erin Road, Debe. On arrival, PC Sahadeo of the Gang Unit Southwestern Division executed a search warrant for firearms and ammunition. When the officers searched the single-bedroom apartment, 2 cylindrical transparent jars containing marijuana, along with a black plastic bag containing 361 grams of compressed marijuana, were found on top of a table in the living room. A further search of the premises led to the discovery of 2 medium-sized black garbage bags, each containing a large amount of Trinidad and Tobago currency. The said bags, which contained mostly $100 notes, were found under a bed in the bedroom. The man and woman could not give a satisfactory account of the monies found. Both suspects were arrested and conveyed to the Faizamat police station, along with the narcotics and bags of monies found. Police are investigating the murder of a 20-year-old man who was shot dead in Wallerfield on Wednesday night. The deceased is Abdel Roberts of Peters Avenue. Police reports state that at around 8 p.m., Roberts was walking along Matura Road when he was approached by a lone gunman who shot him 3 times in the right shoulder, left thigh, and back. The suspect then fled the scene. Residents of the area notified the police, and paramedics took the injured man to the area hospital, where he died while undergoing treatment. This was the second homicide in the vicinity of Peters Avenue over a 24-hour period, as a result of which the police are expected to increase patrols in the community. Police believe the 2 incidents are connected. On Tuesday night, Randy Peters, also of Peters Avenue, was shot dead on the roadway near his home. No one has been held in connection with his killing. You are listening to news on Power 102 Digital to 7 o'clock. Further afield, it turns out that there is a heavy price for trying to steal votes, defaming defenseless election workers, and invading the U.S. Capitol to try to thwart a democratic transfer of presidential power, and accountability is moving ever closer to Donald Trump. America's judicial system is accelerating its efforts to punish the ex-president. This acolytes and supporters who tried to subvert the 2020 elections, in the process becoming the primary vehicle shoring up the country's still threatened democracy. On Thursday alone, 2 members of the far-right Proud Boys group received long sentences despite their pleas for mercy from a judge after they were convicted of seditious conspiracy for their actions during the July 6, 2021 mob attack on Congress. CNN tells us more.
Of the far-right Proud Boys convicted of seditious conspiracy.
USA! USA!
A jury finding Enrique Tarrio, the former leader of the Proud Boys, Ethan Nordine, Joseph Biggs, and Zachary Reel guilty of seditious conspiracy and other charges, in a verdict affirming the prosecutor's central allegation that they conspired to stop the peaceful transfer of power on January 6th by attacking the Capitol. In a trial that stretched 4 months, prosecutors highlighted Donald Trump's earlier pandering to the Proud Boys.
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what, somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left.
Along with video and messages like this one. It's time for effing war if they steal this S. Making the case that Trump's election lies.
It was a rigged election.
Inspired the Proud Boys to help gin up a revolution against the incoming Biden presidency.
Straight into weather news for the period today till midnight. Trinidad and Tobago, sunshine will likely be interrupted by a few partly cloudy intervals with scattered showers. There's a medium chance of isolated thunderstorm activity. Tonight will be generally fair apart from isolated showers. Street flooding and gusty winds are possible in the event of heavy downpours and thunderstorms. Look out for a forecast maximum temperature of 32 degrees Celsius, both at Piarco International Airport and Crown Point in Tobago. Currently, it is 28 degrees Celsius at both localities. Recapping your headlines to 7 o'clock, the Prime Minister assures all arms of the protective services could expect the fullest support of the National Security Council. Commissioner of Police Earl Hayward Christopher says that there is proof of a decline in murders in Trinidad and Tobago. Meanwhile, a makeshift factory in central Trinidad making assault rifles using 3D printing technology has been busted by police. Further afield, far-right Proud Boys group received long sentences after they were convicted of actions during the January 6, 2021 mob attack on Congress. I'm Avril Sintel-Bab. That was news to 7 o'clock on Power 102 Digital. Look coming up at 12 noon and an update coming your way at 8 o'clock this morning. For more details, log on to power102fm.com.
Up to date and credible. Power 102 Digital.
Ah, yes, up to date and credible. Thank you so much, Avril, for our major news. Of course, we do have a news brief, and that's coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. All right, quickly, let's take a look what's happening with the T's traffic situation out in the east. Getting on the Valencia stretch and halfway down towards the bypass, you got some volume there. Trin City towards UE also. But after that, it's clear in the Port of Spain. Eastern Main Road by Arima Old Road, that's your only spot. And let's see. Minor accident. It's northbound on the Solo, pretty much by Chase Village. All right. That's after you pass Freeport heading down, you got some there. Apart from that, I got nothing else to tell you about. Nothing out in South. Let's remember that come Monday. All right. So that's a quick look at traffic. Quickly, any more votes for my morning poll? I got Miss Ingrid. Yep, she sent a message across. And she said her vote answer is yes. All right. Right. So that's all the votes for our morning poll, which was, do you agree with the Prime Minister that parking meters should be a priority for the new Port of Spain Council?
Well, we had 17 people voting in the allotted time. And of the 17 people, 14 of you said yes. You do think that parking meters should be a priority. 3 of you said no. I beg to disagree. I think there are more important priorities in the city of Port of Spain than parking meters.
Ditto.
Yeah, yes, but I'm in agreement that it should be a priority. I'm not in agreement with the comment though that if they don't get it done, that they would have been considered a failure. I do agree with that statement. I'm sorry, but I agree that it should be a priority.
Relatedly, I just saw a news piece come up that Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, and Local Government, Farah Serari, says a new app is coming, which, let me get some drum roll. Let me find a drum roll here. No, I can't get a drum roll today. I got a drum roll next week. A drum roll. A new app is coming, which will allow the population to track and report potholes.
No, we have that already, man.
Broken water mains or overgrown lots in their community.
Oh,
I don't know. That's a real bandwidth on that.
Yeah.
If you had to report every pothole in this country, you need real bandwidth for them reports.
Yeah, they had a pothole hotline.
Reporting potholes.
Yeah, there was a pothole hotline. I don't know whatever I'm
I just wonder about these grandiose announcements here.
Yeah, boy.
Wow. Oh my God, we can report potholes. And then what?
All the chats that I know about in terms of corporation chats have such a mechanism already in place.
And then what, Wendell?
Well, I have to tell you, in some cases, it bears fruit. You understand?
Can you give me a
If they are
percentage
so-
of those that are fixed?
but you're right. There's so many of them that it will be bombarded.
And
But in
many of
cases,
them are outside the remit of the regional corporations.
That too.
And then you will go and fix it. And then did you call WASA to make sure they're going to dig it up next week? Look,
the corporations need the funding. The only way they could get a lot of these things fixed is through funding. Plain and simple.
We will see come January when they should supposed to start collecting. And the words of the Prime Minister.
To lead and inspire people to do their work. And I'm speaking about here at the political and at the administrative level. You have to have a wherewithal to lead people and get them to do their work. If every minute you
really, I always remember
throwing up in your hands and things, if that is your attitude, you will get nothing done. You cannot inspire anybody if you can't even inspire yourself. And all you're waiting on is a pension, promotion, and pension. A lot of these institutions, that's what people are waiting on. Promotion and pension. They don't like me when I say it, but I say it as it is.
But you're right.
Promotion and pension. That is all of them waiting on.
In particular, some CEOs.
All.
Well, I don't know about many. I'm not vocal. I was working for all. I know about 5 that needed not to be there. Sure, they wasn't supposed to be there. Sure. No. Sure, they shouldn't have been there. Sure. Okay. An Ohio couple with the same birthday gave birth to twins on their birthday, leaving the entire family with the same birthday. The odds of that happening are 1 in 133,000.
Wow.
So the birthday will be on August 18th, and nobody can say, I forget your birthday.
True.
Nobody can say, I forget your birthday. They make another child go to that well. Yeah.
Because they would have met one another and had the same birthday. You understand? Which is, I know maybe that happens.
I know people like that, yeah.
But to actually have your children to a twin born on the same day.
Well, you could plan to know when to do the thing, and you have a general sense, and then have a cesarean and plan the day when it's coming out. You don't have to wait till nature take its course, you know.
Hold on. For people who a little slow like me, what do you mean do the thing?
You have 3 children, that's true?
No, when Paul, he forget
and you have 3 children?
Paul, he forget already.
Wendell, do you have 3 children?
Hold on. I said for the people who a little slow like me, and listen for me, you know. What do you mean by do the thing?
Engage in copulation.
Is that what the thing is?
Intercourse. Sharing of gametes.
You have a lot of people having children now and nothing to do with intercourse, eh?
Well, the primary way that God has designed.
How God getting this now?
It's not God make it. God make head and foot and hand and thing. God ain't make that. Right? The other fella make that. Right? God ain't make that.
The way some people just get on for that, I want to believe it's the other
God
fella
make
make that.
hand, foot, fingers, mouth, head, eyes. God ain't make that.
The way some people just treat that and get on with that, it might be the other fella either.
God make everything in the human body but that.
I thought that was evolution, but okay.
Well, God make the evolution, Richard. That's an argument again.
Oh, anything that
God designed the evolution. That's how you use the unit right and design and direct and thing up there. Why God? If you could out of your pure consciousness and creativity, you, Richard Ogobasi, from Alpha Centauri, right? In the Milky Way galaxy, could out of your pure power of creativity conceive, write, hire actors, design a set, and put a production out coming out of your mind. Why God can't do that?
Richard, that was a lecture or sermon you get it just now.
I don't know what it was, you know.
You could do all of that, but
All
God
I
can't
say-
make that.
all we say
You
was,
could do
and-
all what you could do.
and
Be a
the
lawyer,
truth and whatever
be
made
a
by
talk
God.
show
And I said,
host,
wasn't-
be a
all I said
writer,
was,
be
wasn't
a
that
director, be a
evolution?
television producer now, right?
That's evolution.
And you could do all of that, but God can't do that. God can't
you
make
also-
evolution and put things in train.
Well, you know that I exist. You are assuming that
I know that God exists too, but he don't exist like you.
Oh, you met him?
Oh, every day.
Oh,
I meet him every day. We have long conversations. Long conversations.
He's a Scorpio, and he's a Scorpio. I always feel you as a Scorpio.
Well, because you see, you are transcribing your existence to God's existence. God isn't a Scorpio or Leo. God was always here. He didn't born at any particular time.
Oh, he didn't. He gave you all of that information.
Yeah. His son, however, Jesus Christ, became man and was born, but not God. But we're talking about God.
So Jesus is a Scorpio.
Jesus is whatever you want him to be, Richard.
Oh.
Jesus is your savior.
Okay.
Open the phone line, Steve. Before we finish this rabbit hole, we're going down.
God the Father, God the Son,
But don't put God on birthday on God.
He's LeBron, though.
You're trying to trap me there. No, he was always here. He will always be here. It's like how all your science taught the universe is 13.5 billion years. You know, you find out differently just now with that little device or you send into space, the James Webb Telescope, and how you blow away all of your old theories. I'm going to taught the atom was the smallest particle, and you realize it have muons and gravitons and things now. Or you're limited, understand your limitations. You from Alpha Centauri. Or your science a little more advanced, but or you're still not ready yet.
Well,
look what they send you. With all the science you have, look what they send you. To Trinidad and Tobago on Earth.
To help.
Look where they exile you. Look where they exile you. To Earth, in a little small, a minor solar system in a minor galaxy.
Richard, that man, like it's some kind of divine thing this morning. That man
What?
gave a whole
In Arima, of all places, but that's not possible. Right? Right where they sell you. To work on the Power Breakfast show with Paul and Steve.
Anybody would have known about Bethlehem if a certain person wasn't born there?
You understand? So look, we know what
one thing
they send you to look where they exile you for whatever you do in Alpha Centauri. Look where they exile you. They say go and live there for 7 years. You go.
Jesus wasn't born in the middle of Rome, eh?
And the numbers are 222. Or you can believe in everything but God, or you can believe in science that could just be blown away.
I believe in God. I believe in God. I can tell you that.
They can believe in he created his Richard's magnanimous creativity and the power to bring something out of nothing. Which he's done. We've seen evidence of it, not so.
Richard has been an agent provocateur.
I know God is not limited to your little form, your little carbon molecule form.
Oh, you're his spokesperson. Okay.
One of them. He has many.
Oh, he assigned you.
No, that
started
to worry me.
That said you are a spokesperson for me.
Richard, no, that started to worry me. He never said
it. Let me ask you something.
Anytime somebody tell you they're talking to God,
run. Bust it. No, he used to say bust it. That's what he said. Bust it.
Or you open the phone lines. Before I said I finished preaching this morning. The 10 disciples, they were not infallible.
It was 12.
Like my good 12, sorry, like my good self. He who is without sin.
Cast the first stone.
We can be spokespeople too.
You waxing biblical this morning and you tell the Richie.
You feel the Pope don't know sin? Or the Archbishop? Come on. We are born of sin and iniquity. That's why he sent his son. Save us all.
To save us all.
You too. Even you from Alpha Century.
Yes, you too, Richard. You too.
You too.
Oh,
That's why he
God
said you
so
said
loved the
Mary's
world,
College.
sent his only begotten
He said
Son,
this one need extra
that whosoever
intervention. Tell him
believes
say
in him
Mary's
should
College.
not perish, but have
He said,
everlasting life.
put this one in a good Catholic family. Make
And
sure
he
he's
was
an
an acolyte too. So they
Make
tried.
sure he's an
Still
acolyte.
trying.
And send him St. Mary's College by the Holy Ghost Fathers.
By the Holy Ghost Fathers.
Yeah, he did that.
That's not. I come in just now. Right? I'll go and talk to him to get some more lyrics for you. I come in now.
And he said, put him in a position where he could help people. And so said, so done.
All right. Well, let's grab this call, gentlemen. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, folks.
Good morning, sir.
Anybody knew if the opposition attended the independence celebration yesterday?
Good question.
They
didn't pick them up on any camera that I looked at.
No, why I asked that is because I could remember the last Attorney General from the UNC some time ago mentioned that they didn't used to go, but they started to go because they have now included TASA. So a party plan wasn't enough the instrument for everybody in the country. So you see, now that they include TASA, they now could attend. I don't know if they attend.
Who
I
said
don't know
that?
that statement. I don't know about that statement or what you're talking about, but I know.
I want to call nobody. I don't be careful. I can't call nobody name on radio.
You said a former Attorney General said that?
Yes, he said they didn't use to attend it. They could attend it now because it now have TASA. That's what he said.
Okay.
And lastly, before I go, I want to make a special request. I don't know if you gentlemen have any objections in bringing Mr. Wayne Head. Do I interview Mr. Wayne Head to speak on crime and the issuance of firearms? This man is very, 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 very interesting, and I would really like to hear what he has to say in crime and the issuance of firearms in Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
All right, thank you.
I know when Anita Haynes was here, she indicated that there was no prohibition to opposition members attending the Independence Day celebrations. It was left up to you. I believe that's what she said.
Yeah,
and she said she attended the last one, but she liked to be on the street.
On the street, yeah.
Yeah. I've seen somebody saying they think they saw Wade Mark.
Yeah.
Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Steve.
Morning.
Morning, Dr. Paul. Morning, Wendell. And good morning, Richard.
Morning.
It was good to see some of the opposition members at the parade. Really good to see that because I thought, it was a one.
You saw them?
Yes, a few of them, Wade Mark. Not many, but that's what the camera showed there. I don't think I see the opposition leader, though. I didn't see many MPs. I saw some of them from the Senate mostly. But that's what the camera showed. But not many. I mean, at least I had to say they were representing their party. I not agree with many of them. I thought at one time it's cool. All the other times was in North Korea, one person, one group of people alone. Anyway, it's good to see that. Right. So, yesterday's parade on TV, it's not showing how it, long time. Well, we had no other choice. We had to watch what we had to see because one channel bringing it, or we go to the Savannah. But for the last few years looking on TV, I just find that the quality of the whatever is TTT thing, we are customer
the production.
Yeah, the production. I just find it's left wanted.
Because I'm not there.
Right.
Oh gosh. Sometimes you think far, you can't make out these things because they're so small. You have a big TV and they still see the things small.
It's called a long shot. They have long shots, they have medium shots, they have close-ups, they have pans, they're doing all that. Everyone is well done.
It is kind of turning off, when you're looking at international things and you're seeing everything like you could touch it.
I find they could have had the only thing I thought was missing, which I saw most of it, was a drone aerial shot.
Yeah, I was about to say that they should be
found because the horse coordination to me, when they were going around in the circle, it required an overhead shot.
Yes, yeah.
You're right. The beauty of it. And the dogs also.
Yeah.
When that part I thought of, but how come we can't see these things closer than how it is just so, I say, but we must have
So
something
I,
to the air.
I found they could have put a camera or so from the back of the north part of the savannah onto the grandstand, looking at the grandstand for that kind of shot, the reverse shot, as they call it.
Yeah, the camera
You
work.
know,
It
I
needs
didn't
some.
see that, but what you do?
So,
It needs some
anyway,
work.
my final point. Today's Friday, so a lot of teachers gone back out to school. Well, teachers supposed to go to school today and Monday.
Last week.
I haven't heard anything yet about the repairs to schools, so I take it that everything is copacetic. So Monday morning we won't have that problem because is a red. If you ever more since I small, I hearing about these things that the first high school children just from school and had to sit back. So I'm hoping like by Saturday or Sunday morning we hear everything is in place, and tutor of course should be the one to tell us because the ministry might tell us something else.
I guarantee you that not all schools will be ready because it's a valid reason too that they prioritize, or I hope they prioritize the schools with the most urgent care needed, and they don't have unlimited resources.
Yeah.
Well, that is one of the serious issues.
So somebody going to complain that my school didn't get fixed, and the minister going to say we prioritize the schools with the most urgent care. I've heard it for 105 years.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Yes. Right. Bye.
All right. Bye. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, dear.
Good morning.
I want to commend the police officers who uncovered that lab or whatever.
Very much so.
Making these. When I saw that article on the Newsday on the internet yesterday, I say, wait, we were feeling all the guns coming from down South America, coming through the main, but we have factories right here. So they had some bus where they found some owner South Park and our next Chinese guy making these chemical drug. Now we have guns, we make it. Oh my God, this thing is frightening. Officers, y'all go to the head of the class. I commend you. I say Nakusifa because y'all have breakthrough. I am sure there are others there, but that fine. I commend y'all for the good work y'all did because Lord have mercy. I couldn't believe what I read there. And I want to, Wendell, I heard you said something this morning, and my father told me something when I started to drive. He said,
truck now passing by you there.
Go ahead.
Passing by me.
Not by me. He said, whenever you get in an accident, don't ever have no argument with the driver. He said, your insurance is like your lawyers. Let them represent you. And you see how you handle that situation. Yes, with that police officer and the driver. My father taught me that, and I learned it here, and I've learned from the best. I have learned from the best with that. Now, our next thing, Wendell, you talk about this, bringing in these meters and all what's happening and it going from this, and you're scaring me into thinking, is that what we will go through with this local reform? Because I am praising, I'm glad that the local reform, it was passed, and the corporation and the borough, well, we are a borough now, we will get, you don't have to wait on this one, but it seems like it mightn't go as smooth as I thought. Because what you saying there with it going from this, oh my God, this thing, and I saw an article where an ex-THA member spoke. I remember you spoke about it a few days before the holiday, where people sitting down in government office and doing their work and they getting pay. And when I read what Jerry McFarlane spoke, because Farley is saying, oh, he wants Tobago to be the best island here, not in the world, on the planet, not even in the Caribbean, on the planet. And Jerry McFarlane is telling him, for that to happen, your public servants need to stop giving 2 hours work and demanding 8 hours pay. He said because things in Tobago, we thought Trinidad bad. He said in Tobago, you wait for years to get something. Public servants are filed on the desk and it ain't reaching where it should reach. And this is what needs to stop. They need to, but you see the union and them go jump out when you're ready to discipline them.
You know it.
You see, you see the holiday when yesterday was independence. You see it Wednesday, a lot of them took half day. So they will get a day and a half.
And today.
And oh gosh, Paul, no, well, I didn't want to make it sound so
And
bad.
today. And so they done gone where they gone already for the long weekend.
How in the private sector that don't happen? I tell you, I had an experience going to Tattle to pay my car insurance on the 30th of August. I reached there 20 past 4 in the office on Marval Road there. And when I run upstairs, I didn't even want to go in the car park, run upstairs. I asked the security, I said, the cashier open till he say, yes, ma'am. You have 10 minutes again. You think I could have gone? I would have been so crazy to go in a government office. Not even 4 o'clock. 20 past 4 and get service and walk out with that.
But Ms. Diego Martin.
Yes.
Most government offices finish work at 4:15. But go ahead.
I don't blame the employees. I blame the management and HR and the PS.
Correct is right, Paul. You know it good because
lead people and let them do them. Lead them properly.
The supervisors getting paid and they're not supervising. I tell you, one told us in the ministry I worked in, it will remain unknown. Where I come and I meet it, so why I must be the one to bell the cat? Me I no clean up woman, and that is the norm.
Look, I know someone that is down here for a couple of weeks, for 2 weeks vacation, and decided to get the new electronic birth certificate. The second day after being here, she went to government campus to get it. Up to now, can't get it. You know why?
Why?
The printer is down.
Oh my Jesus. And this goes on. I always say, how come you do ever hear where Sean Sinclair, the MRI machine down or the X-ray machine down, but you're always going in a health center in the hospital down.
You see, that's a private sector. If that machine is down in the private institution, they ain't gonna make any money.
Miss Diego Martin, that is even more complex. That is because if the public healthcare sector is working efficiently, we will not need as many private healthcare institutions. Very often, and I will say publicly, the public healthcare institutions are sabotaged. People don't work.
You kidding me? No, this is madness. How could you? How could you, as a technician, you have paid?
Well, apparently,
very, very well also.
Yeah,
he to make sure.
Because I say that they don't interrupt my feed already.
It is crazy.
So, and it has happened for long where doctors in the public healthcare sector who are being paid by the state also work in private healthcare, and they tell you to your face, well, go down there, working down there tomorrow, 2 o'clock, and you'll get better service.
Well, Paul, I got it just last month with going to St. James Medical and was told I have to do an ultrasound, but you know the wait is long. But if you want, you could do it private. I say, thank you. And I got up and I left. It's madness.
That's not pretend.
I'll tell you the same thing.
But there are also those in the public healthcare sector who work very well.
Yes, all
paint
everybody with the same brush. But the ones who are doing it, it got to stop. What is
and
this?
That is a management issue.
Exactly. The supervisors not supervising. Oh God.
Ms. Diego Martin, when last did you call a government office?
Well, I tried to call our Diego Martin Health Center, and you're getting this number is not in service.
That's 1, 2, nobody answers the phone.
Yeah. What is this? I mean, government come, government go on the same thing. Nobody.
And the blood pressure raiser. Hold on, let me transfer you.
Oh God, Jesus, my God, this thing is
Right, the blood pressure spiker. Hold on, hold a second, let me transfer you to the relevant department.
Yes.
Good for
62
you.
years, and you mean to tell me this situation is still going on? Look, right now in the Degomate, I went to check out the dentist. You know what the nurse told me upstairs? We have no dentist. She said the dentist, they had two dentists. One contract finished, it wasn't renewed. The other one is on maternity leave. So a health center has no dentist. And you telling me Minister Dial thing going around opening this, and I just get so vexed. I just had to switch here off, trust me. I doesn't care nothing about ISP and MIs this. Nonsense is nonsense, right? You could tell me a health center don't have a dentist? A health center don't have a dentist? Come on,
Ms.
Minister.
Jacob Martin, am I right in hearing that you said whether you're paid?
What you said?
But one of our people on the message board, who I assume is in the UK, is saying that in the UK, the NHS gives you a 13-week appointment.
Yes,
and when
I
you
saw it.
And when you go to the appointment, you have 10 minutes and you can only bring up one medical complaint.
Oh,
I don't know how true
I
it is, but
saw that a while
Well,
ago.
they go in striking, all right, because
Thanks,
You
Diego
all
Martin.
have a blessed day. Have
All
a
the
blessed
best day.
weekend.
Enjoy your
If
weekend.
you could answer me this question,
Same to you,
was the mayor, I know the mayor of Port of Spain has been sworn in.
Yeah.
Has the mayor of Arima, etc., been sworn in?
I think Arima was also done Wednesday. San Fernando was also done. Tunapuna Piaco was done. Diego Martin was done. I'm not certain. I haven't seen any pictures of the Arima mayor being sworn in. I would think that would be a front page, but I haven't seen it. But I think it was also done on Wednesday because there was a timeline. There's a timeline by law when a council is sworn in with it, to get the council fully constituted. There's a timeline.
Because, there were no fireworks in Arima last night, and I.
But it was advertised.
It was advertised, right?
Yeah.
But there was none.
Okay.
And so I was like, what's going on? So my only explanation in my mind was maybe the council hasn't been sworn in terms of the mayor and stuff like that.
It had to have been.
That was my only explanation.
Let me message Lisa Morris. That's Miss Arima. She knows everything that's happening.
Right.
Sour Lavantil was also done. Thanks, Eldon. Morning, Eldon. Eldon, do you know if Arima was done? Do you know if the 83? I keep hearing different ages for this man. The last age I hear, a former mayor of Arima called me and blew me out. He said, when they're all going mad. I said, me? I said, I should ask you. Anyway,
let's grab this call.
What that former mayor saying? He's not 81?
They say he's 82, and then I hear he's 83.
Yeah, around that way.
80.
Good morning, caller.
Yes, morning again, gentlemen.
Morning.
That issue with the public servant, and I was a public servant at a senior level. I used to order materials, and let me tell you something. Everything is being placed, Everything here, what has happened? It does have people in the section that just doesn't do the job. I used to have to take up the orders, walk it to supplies. Then when they go to supply, wait behind them to sign it because they have to go through this one and I want to sign it. They take it and carry it to the engineer. Sometimes they give it in order for people to get paid and all that. With that. If anybody write them or do anything to people with that, the union taking up that, The union taking up that. There's no instances.
Yes, but you know what? There's a process that many public sector organizations don't go through, and it's written in law. If you're having an issue with an employee's performance, you have to have an overall employee performance assessment program. It can't be one person. And if you do that in a timely manner, and you offer employees incentive to improve or ask them what their issues are and document it along a path, you have more legal ground to either promote and reward or discipline in whatever way the law states, but very often the supervisors are not doing this, carrying out this basic HR function, because you can't just decide one person is not performing.
You see what used to happen is that they will do, okay, I had to go and take requisitions from pending dips. It's just there. Just for somebody to look at it, sign it, and take it to carry to the engineer for signature, they will just leave it there. And the issue, as you make any noise with that, okay, look at another thing with the public service. There are people who knows absolutely nothing, and because of being senior, they get promoted.
Yes.
And they cannot do it. Watch me. I am telling you, because I've been in the public service, and when I went in and started studying and all kind of stuff, I become everybody boss. People who've been working for 19 and 15 years become everybody boss because of that same thing. All they study is overtime, and watch me. They're not qualified. They're not scientifically into the job.
Yep. Promotion and pension. That's all they
It's an HR management issue. That's what it is. It's not necessarily employed, because these same people will leave here and go to New York and reach 8 o'clock, work till 10:30, take a 40-minute break, go back to work till 12 o'clock, come back 2 minutes before 1, and work till 1 minute to 4.
And they'll do it for 20 years straight.
Let me tell you something, Paul. When I did the institution I went in, right? Now, I never attended. I left school at where we used to call fourth standard and those kind of things. When you talk about a minus quantity, I didn't know what you're talking about. And I had to go in a class with children 5 O levels, because when I went there, it had the opportunity there for foreman, technician, and all that sort of thing. And I had to go in a class, and I failed for 3 years and study and pass. And watch me. All them fellas that need to do some make overtime and drink whiskey and drink rum. Them days again, all kind of 55% and 45% with and that's all they studying, that they're not really performing. That is what the thing that everything that's in place. But there's people there. What does have it like that?
Everything they'll be in place.
Pardon me?
Everything they'll be in place. Not asking everything they'll be in place.
I want to argue there.
Is that and I hear you all about the performance appraisal issues, which I do think a lot.
I'm talking about not only performance, overall HR management protocols, not just performance appraisal.
I think there's a lot of drive in the public sector towards that now, and I know that a lot of performance appraisals take place. And people can be dismissed. Remember, a lot of the public service is now contractor. So contracts cannot be renewed if you don't perform. And of course, for IR purposes, you have to go into performance improvement plans and stuff. If somebody is not performing, you have to go to a performance improvement plan and assess them to give them the opportunity.
Exactly, and that's an important point you make, because you have to provide to the employee an opportunity to improve.
Yeah.
You have to do it.
But Richard, I have known of instances where people get good appraisals from the boss, who is responsible, and then for some pettiness, they fall out over something. All of a sudden, the boss want to get rid of them. I've known of situations like that.
Well, and Wendell, in IRSU, your boss alone should not be making that determination. There should be a committee in place. There are different ways to structure the committee, so it's not personalized to one person who can victimize you or reward you unjustly.
Yeah.
You can have an external independent person. You can have an interdepartmental committee. There are different ways to do it, but it is not equally applied across all the public service.
Yeah.
That's
so, guys, the information I have from Lisa Morris Julian, morning, Minister, the Arima mayor was not sworn in. They have not been sent the official letter from the EBC as yet, which the corporation. So until they get that official letter from the corporation, they cannot do the swearing. She said it might be Monday, but more than likely.
Is it because of the potential outstanding legal matter?
No, well, that one don't have any issue again, because remember they declared the seat in favor of Kim Garcia, who was already sworn in as councillor the day after.
But then they say that the UNC may be bringing potential legal action because of the excluded vote, etc.?
I'm not sure, but that they might have some issues over choosing of aldermen and so on, because the UNC I think has to choose an alderman in that area.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what's going on, but she said they have not gotten the official letter from the EBC as yet, which is why I think that's the only corporation that has not been sworn in as yet, actually. Princestown probably wouldn't be either because of that situation there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what happened.
So the ones with legal issues are the two that have been outstanding, you realize?
Yeah.
With potential legal issues, I should say.
Yeah, potential legal issues. Yes, you're right. So
yeah, but the issue with the public
Cagney is still a mayor, Richard.
The expression of joy on your face with that is amazing.
All right, we do have a call.
Sorry, my stream got frozen. What you said, Wendell?
I've never seen Richard so happy.
All right, let's grab this call. Good morning.
But they don't think they should hurry up, Wendell?
I think so, yes.
Why should they hurry up?
But Ballyramen quick. Let me just something going in Arimana.
Exactly.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm a public servant, right? And I tell you, I see it almost every day. I don't know how someone can come to work and does nothing for the whole day. No. Right? Whole day. They sit down and they ain't doing anything. And I'm talking about not 1 or 2, sometimes 2, 3 days. They come to work and they come in earlier, but they ain't doing nothing for the whole day. Right?
Supervision and management issue.
Yeah, it is so sickening. It is so overbearing sometimes. I can't handle that.
And then the ones who work are given more work but you're the one who can get it done.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing that's happening throughout. In other words, even in the police service, don't we talk about that all the time? That the good police officers say nothing about the bad ones. They do nothing and say nothing. I went to a police station yesterday to complete my report. I'm overhearing the guy who is attending to me reporting to whoever senior call him. So
what
I
report you were reporting, Wendell?
All right.
Somebody opened a car door on my vehicle Wednesday heading in Port of Spain. A passenger just opened a car door and I hit the door. But I'm there reporting, and he is reporting to his seniors. Only 2 report for duty today, sir. 2 of us in the charge room. Mind you, 2 of them without uniform to wear. 2 of them alone in the charge room in that St. Vincent Street, the CPS, Central Police Station. And a next report came in about some accident that they couldn't attend to because they had nobody there. An accident, some prison officer got knocked down, a motorcyclist got knocked down corner Richmond and Chagrin Road. Now I overhearing all this, because I standing up there waiting. You understand?
Crazy.
And they couldn't attend to it.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to all you good gentlemen there.
Morning, Ellie. How you doing?
Morning, Ellie.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Stephen. Good morning, Dr. Paul. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Steve. Let me first apologize to you. Steve, I apologize.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you again. That's it.
Steve, when I come to that, there was for about a week, boy, and rain was falling every single day. Rain falling, boy. I didn't even really go away. Wendell.
Sir.
Wendell.
Mr. Ellie.
Yes, sir. Mr. Stephen. It looked like to me. I was just very disappointed. It looked like to me, the harder you work for the organization, like they don't recognize it.
Well, I can't agree totally with that statement because Robert Paris has worked very hard. He is now the mayor of San Fernando. So I can't always agree with that statement.
Wendell, I am talking about you. I don't know nobody in the organization is work harder than you who know local government more than you. Besides, the only person I got in front of you is Mr. Terry Rondon. Other than Mr. Terry Rondon, there's nobody else. And that's my opinion, whether you can agree, yes or no.
That's all right. I'll hear you.
There's no reason why that the organization shouldn't see fit to appoint you as the mayor for us. You labor so hard in the vineyard.
Because hard work is not the only determining criteria.
Yeah.
But Dr. Paul, Wendell is a man who he was somebody who knew that who can make a good contribution. And
Sir, LA, you are presuming that hard work and diligence are the only criteria. There may be other criteria within which Wendell is not qualified. Wendell is not somebody who is, to my knowledge, is going to, how should I say, delicately?
Cry over spilled milk?
No. Extend his lingual muscle in areas where he doesn't feel comfortable.
Words, boy.
You could be real politically correct, Dr. Paul. You could be politically.
His lingual muscles will not be extended into areas where he doesn't feel that it's in a healthy position. And others are quite comfortable doing that.
Yeah, but same thing. When they went up and screened for Forest South, they picked somebody who wasn't even qualified to run for the seat. Last minute, they asked Mr. Scotland to go for the seat, and I know they overlook Wendell.
You have good memory, boy, Ellie.
But I just Wendell, you will believe how much I like how you just operate.
Who wasn't qualified for the seat? Who went up?
The shot putter.
The girl wasn't that. The girl,
the actually
bro. She was selected, and then they had to. Yes, then they had to.
I think she has dual citizenship or something like that.
Yes.
They went to Keith.
Wendell, am I right?
Yes. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right, Ellie.
But didn't this former National Olympic Committee person
Brian Lewis?
Brian Lewis didn't he's an alderman?
Yeah, he's an alderman.
No?
Yeah.
Okay, he was sworn in?
On Wednesday, yes.
Congratulations, Brian.
Yeah, congratulations, Brian. Brian is my friend.
But Brian has been proven to be able to get things done. So
Well, I know how he is, but anyway, all the
LA, they have bigger things in store for Wendell. That's why.
LA, Wendell Stephen, I'm going to end my political career at a happy juncture. Trust me.
Yeah,
you have to be patient, Wendell. There's something bigger coming.
Yeah. I am voluntarily ending my political career at a happy juncture. Yeah.
Wendell, I see people coming in the organization. I see people, I call nobody name, coming in the organization and going up all the way to the top one time and going at Senate something one time.
That happens all over.
LA, be patient. The shuffle is coming.
Boy,
you may see Senator the Honorable Wendell Stephen. You never know.
Won't. No,
you don't know. You don't know.
I want to say this. I want to say this publicly and boldfacedly. As long as people like Carl Mimble in leadership of the PNM, forget Wendell Stephen. Anybody can record that on Senate fame. Record that on Senate fame.
There's angst between yourself and the goodly minister of.
Record that on Senate fame. Record that on Senate fame.
One more thing before I go out. I'm
not getting involved in that cancalang.
But let me say before I go, Wendell, me no disrespect if I do, I apologize, but I tell him my mind. Honestly, I didn't see it. I tell him my mind, honestly.
That's all right.
Anyway, you guys have a good luck on.
Yeah.
Why are you ascribing such?
Really, thanks.
Because I know, Paul. I don't have to. I know.
Are you saying that Minister Imber has issues with you?
Plenty, and I have plenty issues with him. No, God, we ain't going through that on the radio.
Why we're transparency and accountability are important.
We ain't going through that on the radio.
You have a wonderful weekend. Be safe.
I wish. Oh, is that time already?
Why are you looking at me so poor?
No, let me deliver this message because the caller, I think it's Miss Diego Martin, called in and talk about Farley Augustine. I call him Farley Disgusting sometimes. Farley Augustine, I want to tell you, Tobago's economy and tourism is largely dependent on Trinidadians. Okay? Not people from the UK, not people from Europe, not people from America. Trinidadians are who drive the Tobago economy. Do not be insulting Trinidadians, and you don't want that nothing to do with Trinidad and Trinidad. Do not do it. Stop it. whatever agenda you have about representing your party, me have no problem with that. Play your politics. But you see, when you insult Trinidadians about coming to Tobago, especially in light of what was the lady name? What was the senator? When she talked about putting Visine in the water. What was her name again? Anyway, she made that comment then, got away with it. You comment now insulting Trinidadians. Tobago will not survive without Trinidad. You know? Trinidadians are who come to Tobago all the time and spend the money and spend the time because we love the place. Do not insult Trinidadians, right? Folks, have a wonderful weekend. Be careful.
Well, I think Trinidadians' love for Tobago extends beyond the politics. Politicians are always temporary.
Yeah, but you can't be insulting people like that.
Public servants always tell you that. When they have a troublesome minister, there's always say ministers come.
You'll be gone. I've seen 4 people before me.
Birds of passage they call politicians. Birds of passage.
They say you. I see 4 you pass through here. You know. All right. Watch.
Yeah, birds of passage they call politicians. That's how I call you back. Birds of passage they call politicians.
And then it's them in the supermarket and they say, "How you going?"
Mm-hmm.
You're still in politics?
Yeah.
Still in politics. I ain't for me these days.
Have a fantastic weekend, whatever you do. And what you should be doing is heading to Napa River Bowl this weekend. Saturday, it's our final show of What You're Looking At Me So For, because we actually go into an absolutely new play from Monday afternoon. We've already started reading. So this is our final performance of What You're Looking At Me So For. So if you're not Trinidad and you haven't seen it, you need to come down south at Napa River Bowl on Saturday at 8:30. Tickets available at the Napa River Bowl box office from 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. Tickets also available at K-Squared Fashions, Gulf City and C3 Center, Friends of Marabella by the Roundabout, and Creme Fresh, Brentwood Mall in Shogunas. That's where you can get tickets. You can also get it online. You can check it at RSRR Productions Theatre Facebook page, and you can see all of the information.
You see some broken tankers? We put aside the whole Friday for calls, and Zina ain't call one, but she's complaining, but she can't call.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can thank all morning we taking calls. She didn't call once, but she always want, "Oh, you change up the show," and I can't get through. Hug up your blanket. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe.
Have a good one, people. It's Friday. The weekend has begun.